they don't know what it's like to live with the pain before the surgery. I will tell you that where I sit today, 3 months after surgery, I'm very happy that I did what I did. My name is Greg Spadaro. This is my father, Jack Spadaro. We are from Connecticut. We moved down here. For me, it's been about 20 years. I think my father's been down here a good 24 years now. And we've been individuals that have kind of suffered with back pain and problems for a good portion of our lives. My story is a little bit different. I started going to a doctor when I was 29 years old for a ruptured disc in my lower back. That was L4, L5, and I remember the doctors asking me, well, what happened? What did you do? And I kept saying, I did nothing. I don't know why it ruptured. I always say I inherited my father's back. I said, this is the curse of being me. But anyway, unfortunately, it was ruptured so badly that one of the doctors, a neurosurgeon up in Connecticut, went in and did a laminectomy discectomy on me. And it worked. For 5-6 years, I was feeling good without a problem. Unfortunately, after that, the disc started to degenerate, and I had both symptoms in my lower back and in my thoracic area, my right-hand side of my body. So I, over the years, have seen all kinds of different doctors, and they look at me and they say, well, Greg, you're pretty healthy and you're not limited in any way, so keep managing it, even though I was in pain. So I had done injections, I had gone to chiropractors, I'd seen everybody you possibly can, but nothing really changed the result. At the end of the day, I was still uncomfortable every single day. Finally, I started working at Piper Aircraft, and Dr. Deuk and his team came in, and they were part of our health fair, and I decided I'm going to give them a chance. I'm going to go up to Melbourne and see what they have to say. And I actually started talking to them about my thoracic spine. And I told Dr. Deuk when I walked in, I said, are you ready for your most difficult patient? And he looked at me and he kind of laughed. He goes, you think you're my most difficult? I said, I think so. I said, no one's been able to figure me out in the last 20 years. I said, so I'm giving you a chance here. And he said, let's see what we can do. And he started looking into this. And it was difficult because symptomatically my neck and my thoracic weren't showing anything significant enough that dictated, where this pain was coming from. In the middle of all of it, as I was seeing the doctor and I was impressed with the facility and all that, that's when my father stepped in and he actually had the operation from Dr. Deuk. And ironically, 3 or 4 months after my father's operation, my lower back finally gave way. Every time I turned around, I did even the simplest task like kicking off a shoe or doing something simple in the house. My back would completely go out on me to the point where I couldn't get off the floor. And it took my whole family to get me up, and it took me longer and longer to recover. So Dr. Deuk looked at my lower back, did an MRI, and said, look, Greg, he says, you've got a disc that's completely degenerated. That was the L4, L5. And he said, unfortunately, the disc above it has ruptured as well. And he said, I also see a slight scoliosis in there. So it was really time to get this addressed in the lower back. Excuse me, I apologize. So I had the operation on November 11th of 2016. So I'm just barely right now 3 months out of surgery. And when he went in, he actually fused the two areas that I was talking about, but he found out that my spine, instead of being, bent from one side to the other, it was actually twisted. The good news of the whole operation is that now that it's finished, I am pain-free down my left side. That's where I was having all of the pain. And ironically, I know no doctor will admit this, but the thoracic side has calmed down to, I would say, by 80 to 90%. So for me, my outcome has been great. I'm happy to be here talking on this video because I'd like others to know how good of a doctor and the facility that Dr. Deuk has up there. 20 years of me looking at all kinds of different doctors, from orthopedic to neurosurgeons to whatever. Nobody had a solution for me. And now I can honestly say, some people told me, oh, you're going to get spine surgery, you're crazy. Well, they don't know what it's like to live with the pain before the surgery. I will tell you that where I sit today, 3 months after surgery, I'm very happy that I did what I did. So that's why my father and I are very willing to help out, and we're happy to talk about Dr. Deuk and his entire team. The entire team is very professional up there.